Greetings and welcome to the Thai PBS World. Breaking news this evening is Boris Johnson has been elected as the new leader of Conservative Party. It means he is set to become Prime Minister of Great Britain of the United Kingdom after beating Jeremy Hunt. This is his victory speech.
It is deliver Brexit, unite the country and defeat Jeremy Corbyn. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to defeat Jeremy Corbyn. And I know some waggles already pointed out that deliver, unite and defeat was not the perfect acronym for an election campaign, since unfortunately it spells dud. But they forgot the final E, my friends, E for energize. And I say to all the doubters, dude, we are going to energize the country. We're going to get Brexit done on October the 31st. We're going to take advantage of all the opportunities that it will bring in a new spirit of can-do.
He did not forget to thank Theresa May for her work in serving the country. Johnson set the timeline that he planned to deliver Brexit by the end of October.
By the way, it was about 7,000 miles.
President Trump tweeted, "Congratulations to Boris Johnson on becoming the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He will be great." From now on, the road to Brexit probably happened quite fast under Johnson leadership. Currently, the European Union has 28 member states. If Brexit happens, there will be 27 states remain in the Union, which means shifting position within the bloc can be possible. EU has population of about 513 million. The EU has developed an internal single market through a standardized system of laws. Poland is the sixth most populous and the sixth largest economy by GDP in the EU. I talked to His Excellency Ambassador of Poland to Thailand, Waldemar Dubaniowski, at the embassy in Bangkok. I began by asking him his view of ASEAN Summit and then the position of Poland within EU.
ASEAN, when I look at this stage at ASEAN, somehow it reminds me a bit the beginning of the European Union, because I think I couldn't be surprised if in next maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 years, the ASEAN community have been organized a bit similarly to the European Union community.
That means on the verge of breaking up. No. If you compare ASEAN community to EU, because of course, people tend to compare, even among ASEAN members tend to compare that we are following the steps of EU memberships, having regional cooperation. But with EU situation and Brexit, do you think ASEAN should be following the same steps?
No, I'm pretty sure not. And of course, I would say even, because we still don't know, because so far Brexit didn't happen. Of course, I have to admit that most likely it will happen. But even though, still the European Union became a very strong and very strong organization, and I'm pretty sure that it will be hardly possible to find any other organization which is as strong, as well developed as European Union. And in this regard, I'm pretty sure that it's really quite good from the point of view of ASEAN to look at European Union as a sort of the model. And of course, from the ASEAN point of view, there is the advantage that ASEAN could avoid some of the mistakes which had been made by European Union.
You just said that you are quite sure that in the near future, Brexit would probably happen. Can you predict in a few years' time or pretty soon?
Unfortunately, of course, first of all, I should say that I love to say that I am wrong, that I would have been wrong in this regard. So I prefer much more Brexit not to happen. But unfortunately, from today's perspective, looks like we are closer and closer to this final solution that probably Brexit will happen at the end. And of course, we don't know exactly when, but still, I'm pretty sure that from the European Union perspective, even though our British colleagues, which looks like from today's perspective could have a chance to leave European community, but they still will be the close friend of European Union. We still would have a chance to collaborate with them very closely, and hopefully after Brexit, if it really happen, within next 10 or 15 years, they will join the European Union again.
What will the future bring to European Union and the status of Poland if Brexit does really happen? Because right now, Poland is very crucial in European Union as well, because you are the 6th largest economy in EU. What will happen to the status of Poland if Brexit really happened?
It's hard to say, because generally speaking, every single European Union country will be affected by Brexit, especially at the beginning. Because especially at the beginning, we have to somehow adjust to the new situation. We have to adjust ourselves to the situation that instead of 28, there will be 27 European Union members. But from the Polish perspective, I would say we are not afraid, because we are strong enough, our economy is strong enough, and as I mentioned, even during the economic crisis, which started in 2008, we've been the only European Union economy which still kept growing, and we still been able to keep our positive GDP growth. So I know that usually after such an event like Brexit, there will be a bit of turbulent time, but anyway, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that Polish companies, Polish investors, Polish workers, they will be able to adjust themselves very well to the new situation. And of course, theoretically, at the moment when UK will leave Europe, Poland will become
it means your position will be stepping up from the 6th to the 5th.
Yeah, but this is not.
Does it mean better?
No, it really doesn't matter so much, because of course we prefer to have European Union as strong as possible, and of course EU with UK is stronger than without. So of course our position within the European in this regard is not that important. The important is to keep the European Union as strong as possible, and we would like to important contributor to the growing European Union in the future as well.
Do you see it as heartbreaking for EU members, of 28 EU members, and UK is part of it? So it means in the near future it could become 27.
Yeah, but 27 plus very good friend from UK, and as I mentioned, I really wish to be wrong in this regard. So maybe at the end of the day something will happen that the Brexit will not take place. But realistically, from today's perspective, we have to very seriously be prepared for this factor. And of course, there will be 27 members, but as I mentioned, 27 plus additional friend like UK. We have already very close friendship with Switzerland, with Norway, which are not European Union members, but a very good friend of Europe.
The interview happened on July the 5th. That was before we know that Boris Johnson is set to become the next Prime Minister of Britain. And he has set the schedule that the Brexit should happen by the end of October this year. And that's all of Thai PBS World.